sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around.
It's the most entertaining, longest reigning YouTube channel in Death Frontier history with your host, the man that runs the show, the man that everybody knows, the man that's right here in the flesh, the man that is the very best. Temperate Sound Picks is about to go down right here, right now. It's Champion. How's everyone doing tonight? My time, I should say, it's actually past midnight. I plan on doing 3 videos today, starting now. So the first video is going to be the X-Hammer review. I actually got one of my clanmates on who was willing to test it out with me. So since he's online, I'm just going to bang it out real quick. And after this video, I plan on going to sleep, going to work, coming home. Because let's not forget, the Easter event is today, actually, like 5 hours from now. The boost should be activated. The Easter, or should I say eggheads, should be spawned and whatnot. So yeah, that's going to take place pretty shortly. So I'm gonna go to sleep, go to work, come back home, and do 2 Easter videos for you guys. I'm thinking 2, it might be 3, who knows, but yeah, including this video as well. So I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna have like 3 to 4 videos made today. So I'm gonna just talk to you guys about a couple of things really quickly here, and then we're going to dive into the X-Hammer review. So first things first, I didn't do the Ace Burrow giveaway yet. I'm going to do that over the weekend. I want to give you guys a little bit more time to drop your ID, drop your IGN. So I'll link my last video underneath the description. Be sure to check it out. And like I said, drop a comment. And during this video, I plan on giving away a Mastercrafted Vulcan. Shout out to the New Girl 101 for donating that. So yeah, the Mastercrafted Vulcan I'm giving away during this video. So drop your ID, IGN. You guys already know the drill. And second thing I want to talk about is the Easter event. The new Easter item, or should I say weapon, has been leaked. It's actually called the Exploder. It's a grenade launcher, and you need 1 blueprint, and you need 3 I'm trying to think. Let me click on this. I didn't want to click on this too quickly for you guys, but oh well. You need 1 Exploder blueprint and 3 Exploder parts and 1 Falcon MM1. And this screenshot was actually taken by some guy named Iris, and what happened was Admin Pawn actually put it under crafting by mistake. So he put that under crafting for a little bit, and he managed to take a screenshot, and he put it on the forums for us to see. And he says that it's very fast firing speed, which it does on here. But the thing is, this guy said on the data apparently has slow firing speed. But if it's very fast firing speed, I mean, that grenade launcher is going to be really OP. So I'm really interested to see what he's going to do there. But expect me to do a video of a review regarding this grenade launcher. That was actually one of my videos I plan on making later on today, actually. So I want to do a review on the new weapon, and I also want to do a video, of course, me killing the eggheads, me opening up the Easter eggs, and showing you guys what I get, along with crafting the Exploder as well. So I want to get that out of the way. So I mean, I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to get these parts, but I do have this link open just to remind you guys of the Santa's Slayer, which is 1 Santa's grip and 1 Santa's blade. So it looks to me like this Exploder is actually going to be a little bit harder to craft, which is rightfully so. It's a grenade launcher, and especially if it has all these stats right here. Very fast firing speed, and that DPS is pretty nice too. It got buffed actually to 84,420. It was originally 78,300, but like I said, nothing is set in stone. Admin Pawn is going to come online pretty soon, and chances are it's going to tweak it a little bit, change it, and I'm really interested to see the final outcome, like the firing speed. And let's not forget 50 round capacity. That is a lot for a grenade launcher. So I'm just really interested to see how all this plays out. And yeah, so I'm gonna just exit that out because I got plenty of Easter talk to talk about for you guys during my next 2 videos. So I'm going to dive into the X-Hammer review. So first things first, you guys already know the wiki. I'm going to go over the X-Dusk Racer, the X-Hammer, and I'll talk a little bit about the Gust Splitter. I'm not going to go into it that much because obviously I'm reviewing the X-Dusk Racer in comparison to the X-Hammer. But the Gust Splitter, not many people use it. It's not that popular. And the thing about the Gust Splitter is damage per hit, it's a lot less than the X-Dusk Racer and the X-Hammer. But the thing with the Gust Splitter is it hits a half a second quicker. But the thing with the X-Dusk Racer and the X-Hammer is the damage per hit. Like, it's like really close to one another. So the X Hammer has 44.1, 221 crit hit as for the damage per hit, and the X-Dusk Racer is 41.8, 209. So the X Hammer is a little bit above the X-Dusk Racer, but it does have the same attack speed, the average accuracy, the very high critical chance, and the melee skill required. Basically, everything is the same. It's just the fact that the X Hammer is a little bit stronger. They also swing the same amount, so 1 hit per second for both weapons. And the average damage per second, 44.2, 185.64 critical hit. And the X-Dusk Racer, 41.8, 175.56 critical hit. So it's really up there in terms of DPS. And the thing is, I don't think it's going to really make that much of a difference because they're really up there in terms of DPS together. They're really close, and it's just 1 hit per second. So chances are it's just going to take the same amount of swings. If not, the X Hammer would do one more swing more than the X-Dusk Racer. So that's my prediction. You're not going to really notice that much of a difference, but it's just a really ulterior way just to not, have to buy the X-Dusk Racer, or should I say earn the X-Dusk Racer. The thing about the X-Dusk Racer is that it is in the clan shop, so it's actually a little bit easier to obtain compared to the other X-Dusk items. So if you are in a clan, if you are capable of getting number 1 in weekly clan TS or weekly clan TBK, then the X-Dusk Racer, I would recommend that over the X Hammer just because it's really cheap in price. It saves you a lot of money, and it's really just as good as the X Hammer. Like I said, the X Hammer is just a little bit more powerful, and I'm going to do the PvP aspect first. I'm going to actually 101 Chaos 999 a couple times. I'm obviously going to hit him with the X-Dusk Razor first, and then I'm going to hit him with the X Hammer second. So I'm going to do that, but he did volunteer to 101 me with the melee weapon, so I definitely want to do that for you guys because that's definitely going to be fun. And after that, I'm going to go out in the inner city, kill some zombies for you guys, count how many hits it takes to kill each zombie, and then I'm going to close out the video, and then I'm going to go to sleep, and you guys already know the routine. Bang out the Easter videos. Let's get it. Alright, so I'm going to use the X-Dusk Racer first, and I did take all the implants off. As soon as I went out in the inner city, I was like, oh wait, I forgot, I gotta take the implants off. I got Isham here to clear the aggro, and he just wants to be a part of the video. What else is new? But I'm going to tell Chaos to go. And here we go. 1, 2, I missed there. 3, I missed there. 4, 5, 6. Took me 6 hits on my screen, but the thing is, I might have missed them on my screen, but the way that melee sync works is that if I miss him, it could sometimes hit him. It really all depends if I'm backing up. Like if I'm backing up and I'm missing and he's running towards me, that means most likely he's going to take the hits. That's just how melee sync works. But there you have it. I asked him how to count. He said 9 hits. Wow. So that's how crazy melee sync is. It took me 6 hits to kill him, but on his screen it took him 9 hits. So 9 hits, and we're going to do the X Hammer right now. Alright, so this time it's going to be the X Hammer. Remember, it took 9 hits to kill him with the X-Dusk Razor. After this, I'm going to do 2 101s with them, but after I kill him with the X Hammer, I'll explain the 2 101s really quickly. Alright, I told him to go, so hopefully he spawns. 1. Oh, I really hope that zombie didn't hit him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just hit this real quick. 9, 10, 11, 12. Melee sync is kind of different though, like I said. So my guess is he's gonna message me and tell me that I hit him like 8 times. Because I really didn't hit him really that good. Because he was backing up. So he had to sync towards his advantage. So when I was swinging, I was most likely missing on... I was hitting on my screen, but I was missing on his screen. So he told me that it actually took 11 hits. But the thing is, it's all about the critical hit chance. So the X Hammer actually had a lot less crit hit on him. And therefore... it actually took more hits. I mean, I really didn't expect that, but the critical hit plays a huge factor. And I'm actually really glad that happened because it really shows you guys like how much of an impact critical hit has on melee weapons. So there you have it, the X-Dusk Razor, 2 hits less than the X-Hammer. But let it be known, if the X-Hammer was landing the critical hits on Chaos 999, chances are it would have been like 8 or 7 hits or maybe 9 hits. So I would say, like I said, the DPS is really similar. So it's just going to be right off there in terms of hitting players and hitting zombies. So the first fight I'm going to do with Chaos 999, it's going to be me with the X-Hammer, first him with the X-Dusk Razor. Then the second fight, it's going to be me with the X-Dusk Razor and him with the X-Hammer. So this is going to be pretty fun. I hope I win both of them. I know melee sync pretty well. I got a lot of experience in PvP. You guys obviously know that. So we're just going to see what happens. Here we go. Alright, so when I type go in arena, we're going to fight. I did tell Chaos to actually take his damage implants off. So it is even game. So I'm going to type go. And this should be fun. Alright, so I know for a fact that I'm telling you, melee sync, this is my game right here, man. I used to melee sync a lot back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember when melee, when it was actually, you know, the sync was actually really a factor in the arena, when everybody was using melee. So this is definitely giving me flashbacks. I hit him there. I love this, man. This is awesome. I hit him. It does look like a... I mean, I really should actually take the sledgehammer out in the inner city just to see how different it looks from the X-Hammer in the inner city. Come on, man. Healthy damage. Come on. Come on. I'm surprised he's not dead, man. Got him. So healthy damage. So this time, I'm actually going to use the X-Dusk Razor like I told you guys, and he's going to use the X-Hammer. So let's see if I'm able to win. It was a pretty close fight for the most part. I expected to... Like, I made a couple mistakes, but I think if I wouldn't have made those mistakes, I think I would have definitely done a lot better. But healthy damage. Next fight, here we go. Alright, so I love going against the odds. I'm going to tell him go right now. X-Dusk Razor. First X-Hammer. Here we go. Now, I'm definitely going to play a lot more tactical, knowing that I'm at a slight disadvantage. So I'm going to really do my best to sync him. So I hit him there. And every time I hit him, I'm going to just take a step back. But I'm going to move the opposite direction that he's going. I'm giving melee tips, man. I got to stop giving PvP tips, man. I'm going to release all my melee secrets. But nah, I'm good. But right now I'm doing a good job. I'm hitting him. He did get me healthy scratch. That X-Hammer, though, it's powerful. Oh, he hit me again. Oh, man. So one more hit, and I'm going to be in a bad place. So let's see if I can, like I said, play smart. I want to avoid taking a hit. Because, like I said, one more hit. Oh, there it goes. It was a non-crit. Lucky. I hit him there. He's not really sticking on to me that much. I wonder if I'm sticking on him a lot on his screen. Oh, he hit me. I ran right into it. That was my fault. Healthy's broken, though. Ignore a non-crit. Got him! Oh, man. Critical broken. That was an awesome fight. Head to head. Can't get any better than that. I mean, went down to the final hit. And honestly, I felt he got the better of the fight. And I just pulled through somehow, man. The heart of a lion instinct kicked in. I managed to win the fight. There you have it. But, you know, keep in mind the X-Dusk Razor. I mean, the X-Hammer is better than the X-Dusk Razor by a little bit. Like I said, it's all about the critical hit. You know, I think the X-Dusk Razor came through in the end. And now I'm going to do the inner city review for you guys. I'm going to take the sledgehammer out because I'm curious to see what it looks like out in the inner city compared to the X-Hammer. So let's get it. Alright, so I'm currently out in the inner city. Keep in mind, I do not have implants on. If I did, chances are I will be like one hit in every single zombie out here. But since I don't, it's going to take like 1 or 2 hits. But I do have the sledgehammer. I have all 3 melee weapons out. So I want to compare the X-Hammer to the sledgehammer. Let me just kill this really quickly. 1, 2, 3. So 3 hits for that. Normal zombie, one hit. I don't want to hit that because I don't want to take damage. Actually, I'll do it just for you guys. 1, 2. So as I predicted, 2 hits. But it should take 1 hit if I did land a critical hit. But I do want to show you guys the 2 sledgehammers very quickly. So see how the sledgehammer actually went lighter out in the inner city? So make sure to rewind that to check that out, because I did actually record this beforehand. I did notice that. I wanted to point that out. I think it's a glitch because once I go back to the X hammer, it's the same color now. Like, it's the same looking sledgehammer. I feel like it's glitched. Like, some glitch is going on with these hammers. I think that's how it is for like every X weapon and every weapon that looks like the X weapon, if that makes sense. But yeah, the X hammer and the sledgehammer look the same out in the inner city. Like I said, the X hammer did look a little darker at first, but once I started switching back and forth, now they're the same. But I mean, it is kind of disappointing just because they're the same out in the inner city. I wish like the X hammer actually had that little pointy thing out in the inner city. That would be pretty cool. I feel like the overall design of the X hammer, I think he did a pretty good job for the most part. I mean, it's an X hammer. I mean, what do you guys expect? It is going to look like a hammer. So just the fact that he was able to differentiate the sledgehammer to the X hammer just by adding that little pointy thing. It's just the design, like how darker and professional. Like, you can tell that the X hammer looks a lot more professional. It looks a lot more of a badass weapon than the sledgehammer, and you can tell that the X hammer, once you look at it, like, it's the real deal. So the X hammer, it's just 1 hit in regular zombies if you land a critical hit, and 2 hitting a regular zombie if you land the first hit as a non-critical hit. So X-Dusk Racer, 1, 2. Let's see if I land a critical hit. So there you go. The X-Dusk Racer is the same thing. You're not going to notice that much of a difference out in the inner city. It's literally going to be like identical to one another. Like I said, just because it has a little bit more DPS doesn't mean the X hammer is going to do, like, you know, less hits than the X-Dusk Racer. It's just the fact that they both do 1 hit per second, and just because zombies just have a specific amount of HP, I mean, like I said, DPS isn't that much of a difference. So 1, let me see how many hits it takes to kill a bloat. So 1 hit on a bloat, so figure that. Leapers, I mainly want to just test the leapers and the tendrils. If I can get a leaper. 1, that was a non-crit. That was actually a crit. And that was a non-crit. So 3 hits for a leaper. It should take 2 to 3 hits for a leaper. I'm going to try the X-Dusk Razor. Actually, let me try the X-Hammer on the spider. Ooh, 1 hit on a spider, so I didn't expect that. 1 hit again. I don't even think those were critical hits either. So I'm going to definitely test it out a little bit more often with the spider. So 1 hit with the X-Dusk Razor. I mean, it's just pretty similar. 1 or 2 hits for everything. So here's the leaper. I want to try that again. 1, 2, 3. So 3 hits for a leaper again. Got the brute. 2 hits for that. See if I can find a spider. Oh, tendril. So here we go. First tendril. 1 shot on a tendril. So that's pretty cool. Definitely seeing the fact that I don't have any of the implants on. So 1 hit on a tendril again. Let me go in here and kill the spiders. That was a non-crit on a spider. That was a crit. So 3 hits for that spider. It's going to take an average of 1 to 3 hits. If you land a critical hit, it's going to be 1. If you don't land it, it's going to be like 2 or 3. But just the fact that these melee weapons could really take out a spider, a leaper, and a tendril just that quickly. I mean, the only flaw with these melee weapons is that it's 1 swing per second, which definitely makes me want to talk about the Santa Slayer, because the thing with the Santa Slayer is that it's a really quick melee weapon. I really like it in terms of killing aggro in a group. Just the thing with the Santa Slayer is that it does a lot less damage per hit. But just the fact that that melee weapon, you can actually say that it's a little better in some aspects than the X-Hammer and all the other melee weapons, just because of how fast you can swing with it. So the X-Hammer, 1 hit on that leaper, 2, 3. Use the X-Dusk Razor for a little bit here, so 1 hit in all of that. Ooh, so it looks like the X-Hammer is oh, it was a little different there. I swear the X-Hammer actually went back to where it was. Nah, it's the same. I'm over exaggerating, I guess. I felt like when I was holding it up in the air, like it was just a little different. But overall, I think the X hammer looks pretty good, like I said. And I'll swing a little bit for you guys. I feel like I did a lot during the PvP aspect. I think that's more important than the inner city aspect, just because you'll be able to like differentiate between the players and the zombies more. Because the zombies, I mean, you're not going to notice that much of a difference. But just on a PvP basis, I was just really curious. Like I told you guys when I was fighting KS999, it was really interesting because you were able to see how much of a factor critical hit plays on melee weapons or in any weapon in general. But melee weapons specifically, critical hit is so key. So make sure you have the proper amount of critical hit. You do need at least like 80 plus critical hit for these melee weapons. So keep that in mind if you do want to buy the X Hammer or the X-Dusk Razor. I definitely recommend the X-Dusk Razor just because it's a money saver, but for those that can't get X-Dusk any way possible and you're a huge fan of melee weapons, then yeah, I definitely recommend getting this melee weapon. Me personally, I've never been a melee weapon user out in the inner city, just because when I went over the Santa Slayer review, I said it best. I mean, just the fact that all these exploders are a Synchronaut bunker, and you're just going to have to watch what zombies you can hit and what zombies you cannot hit. But the next weapon review I'm gonna make, I'm not sure. Like, I gotta do the XM79, which is what I'm looking forward to the most. And I have to do the XAK47. And I think those are the only two weapons I have to go. And then I complete all the X weapons. But I just want to thank everybody for watching. It is 1:14 a.m. right now. My goodness, man. I took an hour to make this video for you guys. But I plan on doing 2 videos sometime later on during the day. I got my hands full. I'm pretty busy. Don't forget, drop your ID IGN for the Mastercrafted Vulcan to qualify for the giveaway, and I'll draw the Ace Barrel winner sometime over the weekend. I'm not going to forget, obviously. I never forget the giveaways. I never forget about you guys, period. So keep all that in mind. I'll be very busy. Let me know what you think about the X Hammer. I know I didn't like do too much in depth of an inner city review, but I think I gave you guys just the basics, the whole amount of details. I mean, there's really not much to it. It's just going to 1 or 2 hit. 1 if you land a crit, 2 if you land a non-crit. And the thing that actually surprised me the most out in the inner city was just the fact that how many hits it took for me to kill a tendril and a spider. Like, you guys saw, I was one hitting tendrils and spiders with the X Hammer like it was nothing. So I'm pretty sure it's the same for the X-Dusk Razor too. I guess I can try out really quickly. It's kind of weird having 3 melee weapons on out in inner city. I was actually going to spray my raid cannon to see if I can. Oh, so here's the spider. 1, 2. So yeah, it's the same. The first hit was a non-crit though, but just how powerful these melee weapons are. Like, I've really never used the X-Dusk Razor out in the inner city, so this is the first time me testing both of these melee weapons out in the inner city. So it's really interesting to see like how powerful these melee weapons are, because back in the day I used to use titanium blades, a penknife, and even a baseball bat. So just how melee weapons as a whole has evolutionized like over the years, and just how powerful these melee weapons are nowadays. So it's pretty cool to just see the difference now than all the way back at like 7 to 10 years ago. So these melee weapons are extremely powerful. And just the fact that I'm able to literally 1 or 2 hit everything like I told you guys. So overall, this was a great video. I'm going to conclude it from here. I love you guys. I'm going to have a busy day, like I said. Stay tuned for the Easter videos. I do want to bang those out. So hopefully I'm able to make those videos tomorrow. Anything can happen. But my plan is to bang out the videos, not tomorrow, later on today. So there you have it. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.